Om Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Chidanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Krishnanandaya. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The question should be such, by hearing it and getting the answer, we must feel something beneficial and applicable in our daily life. One person in the first that asked, birth of Bali, Sugriva, Anjana, and birth of Kara, Dushana and Trisira, name of their parents. By knowing the name of their parents, what you are going to get? Another thing, they are all called one way. Sugriva and Anjana is mother of Hanuman, Anjana Devi. Sugriva is brother of Vali. Bali Chakravarti, is a great king, and they are always asserting that I can give. That ego was there. And Kara, Dushana and Trisha, they are all demons. And these are all, by knowing them about their birth and parents, we are not going to gain anything from it. On the other hand, we are dominated by most important things, how to get rid of these limitations in our own body, senses and mind, intellect. And if the questions are relevant to that, it will be more beneficial for us. Hence, this next person questions are, what is Atma? What is Paramatma? What is the relation between these two? How can I feel that I am Atma in the earliest way? It's a very good question. Generally, scriptures come, our worshipful Gurudev also wrote so many books to clear this doubt only. Atma, Paramatma, essentially one consciousness. Scriptures come down to help us to understand the relationship. Atma is called Ghatakasa, space in the pot. Paramatma is universal space, Vishwakasa. Hence, they give a beautiful example like Akasa or space. Space is everywhere, including in our own body. And in our daily life, in the waking state, we feel this body is real, all bodies are real. It is called a dream state. It is entirely in the mind, as said by one of the Swamijis just now. It is in dream state. We are not seeing anything through our physical eyes. Everything we conceive and perceive through our own mind, it is inside the mind. It is purely inside the mind, as it were. Mind is everything. Waking state appears as if everything outside. In dream state, it is inside. In third state, it is called sushupti or dreamless deep sleep state. Neither we can see like a waking nor like a dream. We see only darkness. But if using our intellect, if you see how the space exists, space is called akasa. That is the Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th verse, he says, 9th chapter, he exists like a space. Yadhakasta tito nityam vayu sarvatra gomahan tata sarvani bhutani mastyani tupadaraya. It means everything exists in space, everything moves in space, but space is no way affected. To conceive the idea of space, there should be other than the space, which is called consciousness. Look at it. This is called hand space, hall space, Rishikesh space, universal space. These things cannot limit the space, but space is one indivisible. Even to conceive the idea of space, there should be other than the space. It is called consciousness, is called Chaitanya. Hence, here there is no need to do anything. Look at it. Science has come so nearer. Our body is nothing but cells. Every cell is pulsating. It means every cell has got a space. Hence, there is no need to go to dreamless deep sleep state. If you use our intellect in this present waking state at this moment also, when everything is, your body is nothing but cells, every cell has got a space, where is the body? Really, we are nobodies. Hence, our Gurudev beautifully said in a simple way, I am not this body, not this mind, immortal self I am. What is that immortal self? That which conceives the idea of universal space is other than the space. It is called universal consciousness. That consciousness alone exists in all periods of time. For that there is no beginning, no end. To convince that human intellect, it is called Buddhi Yoga in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 224. The second line, it is beautifully said, nature of the self is Nitya Sarvagatastanur Achaloyam Sanatanaha. It is Nityaha, eternal, Sarvagataha, all-pervading, Sthanu, immovable, Achaloyam, unthinkable, and it is ancient. There is no beginning, no middle, no end. It exists at all periods of time. That is called our own self, universal consciousness. It is the easiest way in one sense, but if you feel that you are only the body, which body belongs to you? The body was 3 days old, 6 or 7 years old, 20, 30, 40 years old. Body is changing, your understanding is changing. And which is real? Hence our scriptures come very beautiful and tell that which is visible is changeable, is perishable, it is called unreal. That which exists at all period of time, which is all-pervading, eternal, imperishable, that is the real. Hence, for to convince our mind, what we will have to do, again read the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is very, very important. All the teachings of this Bhagavad Gita is contained in the second chapter. If you read the second chapter, ये सब कुछ खाने वाला पीने वाला सचमुच है, प्राण है। उसी प्राण को वैश्वानर विद्या कहते हैं। उसी प्राण है, सब कुछ है, और उसी प्राण का अलावा और कुछ है। इसलिए आप खाने टाइम पर जो कुछ काम करते हैं सुबह से शाम तक, सुबह से जो कुछ काम करते हैं सब कुछ करने वाला है, प्राण है। उसी प्राण में भी तरीका है। आप श्वास जन्म लेने टाइम पर आप श्वास लेते हैं, सारा बंधन शरीर में आता है। मरने के टाइम पर श्वास बाहर छोड़ते हैं, सारा विकार, शरीर का दर्द सब कुछ चले जाता है। इसलिए श्वास लेने में अच्छा है, श्वास छोड़ने में अच्छा है। इसलिए प्राणायाम में श्वास छोड़ने के लिए ज़्यादा प्रमुखता दिया है। बाय एक्सेलिंग you feel more free from all the limitations or tensions. Hence, in the pranayamas, exhalation is given more important than inhalation. If you breathe in for 2 seconds, you'll have to breathe out for 4 seconds. Hence, breathing, suppose if you hear any important good news, for example, if a person got a lottery ticket, he got so many millions, at the time when he breathe in or breathe out. Some people breathe out in such a way, they cannot breathe in at all. Is it not? Hence, breathing out gives more happiness. Hence, breathing in comes all limitations. It is whatever you do, we are offered it only to the prana. Hence, that prana is visible manifestation of God. Hence, that God, because of that all-pervading prana, hence, even worship God, even the Murti Puja, when you do it, when the prasad offering करने टाइम पर क्या बोलता है, प्राणाय स्वाहा, अपानाय स्वाहा, उदानाय, सब प्राण के लिए आप ऑफर करते हैं. Hence, all our offerings only to the prana, hence all actions are directed towards the prana only. Hence, prana is everything. Hence, in prana, look at it, breathing is good or bad. You transcend both in breathing. Without breathing, no one can live. Breathing, you cannot tell it is a good or bad. Breathing is essential. Hence, that which is most essential, it transcends good and bad. Hence, when you do prana, prana is in all jivas and different manifestations. Look at our own body. Hair grows. If you cut the hair, do you feel pain? In the same prana, if you cut it, in the hair, if you cut, no pain. Nail grows, prana is there. If you cut the nail, no pain. इसलिए दर्द है, सब कुछ है, किसी तरह से एक प्राण में दर्द होता है, उसी प्राण है, different manifestations or gradations. Hence, in reality, prana is nothing but manifestation of that consciousness. In that consciousness, it transcends all good and bad. Hence, that is the source of all pranas. Hence, if you concentrate on the Vyana, Vyana has got all the characteristics of the self. Hence, Prana, Vyana, Vyasa, they are all pervading, they are eternal. Hence, if you really feel that Prana, which is universal Prana, which is all pervading, in that there is no good and bad, there is no pain at all. Hence, if you offer, thinking that we are offering to that Supreme, that is nothing but God itself. Hence, we have to enjoy, there is no need to, our life is, when you go to deep sleep, it is our daily experience. Sushipti avastha mein jaane to, is a good and bad, or happiness and unhappiness. It is called Anandamaya Kosha. Hence, our consciousness is 5 layers of existence. One is called Annamaya, which is physical. Dusra Pranamaya, it is called vital. Then third is still more subtle, is called Manomaya, it's mental. Still more subtler than the mind is called intellectual, is called Vijnanamaya. उससे भी सूक्ष्म है. हम लोग सुषुप्ति अवस्था में बिना शरीर से, बिना मन से, बिना बुद्धि से अनुभव करते हैं. इसको आनंदमय कोश बोलते हैं. हम रोज हर एक जीव राशि जो कुछ श्वास लेते हैं, पहाड़ ये स्थावर जंगम सब कुछ है, प्राण लेते हैं, फिर स्थावर भी, ये पेड़ भी सोते हैं उसी सूक्ष्म, इसलिए सुषुप्त अवस्था में किसी तरह से दर्द नहीं है, शरीर भी नहीं है और गुड एंड बैड भी नहीं है, इसलिए हम लोग हमेशा नींद में भी नहीं जा सकता है। फिर ध्यान अवस्था हम लोग ध्यान का अभ्यास करने तो ध्यान को इसी अवस्था कहते हैं, शरीर से परी, इंद्रियों से परी, बुद्धि से परी, विज्ञान में बुद्धि से भी परी, उसी अवस्था में रहना है, ध्यान है। उसी हम लोग ट्रेन करने तो अभ्यास करने तो अच्छा बुरा से पार हो सकता है। इसलिए भगवद गीता में 8वां अध्याय में 8वां श्लोक, इसमें क्या कहता है, अभ्यास योग युक्तेन चेतसा न अन्यगामिना। इसलिए इसको अभ्यास करना चाहिए, बुद्धि को प्रयोग करके हर एक बंधन से, लिमिटेशन से पार करना चाहिए, उसी को ध्यान कहते हैं। इसी से बुद्धि प्रयोग करके ध्यान करने से हम लोग शरीर से भी, इंद्रियों से भी, मनुष्य से भी, बुद्धि से भी परि हो सकता है, उसको ध्यान कहता है। ऐसी करने में क्या होता है, 12 अध्याय में 12 श्लोक। इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 7th chapter 7th verse, मत्तः परतरम नान्यत् किंचिदस्ति धनंजय, नथिंग exists other than me. Lord Krishna tells how to surrender all these things when God is everything. Everything is He and His. Is there any belong to you? Hence, what to do it, how to bring it in our daily life, it is called abhyasa. That can be abhyasa can be done only through intellection, buddhi. Then if you practice it, how to do it, it is called ananya chintana. If you practice, use your intellect, if you repeat any name of God, normally our thinking is anya chintana. Hence it is called ananya chintana is very, very important. For that, in the beginning, we take God's name. Then, by repeating God's name at all times, you cultivate that habit, and mind always will be in that state of pure, non-objective thinking. Even though you live in this world, but we are not of this world. Hence, although in this space, space is no way limiting us. Hence, what to do, this clue is given in the 12th chapter, 12th verse. It says, Indri Shreyohi jnanam abhyasat jnanat dhyanam visishyate dhyanat karmapala tyagam tyagat shanti ranantaram. It means one must meditate. Even for meditation, you should not expect any result. Shreyohi jnanam abhyasat jnanat dhyanam visishyate dhyanat karmapala tyagam. Tyagat, if you meditate without any expectation of results, it means your mind, body, senses, mind and intellect is free from all limitations. Karmapala means you are not thinking about the future. Then mind is totally absorbed in the present. Then that moment automatically you are free from all limitations. That is the real, you will have to do it. That is called real surrender. Look at it. If you write I in a horizontal lines, it will be vertical. The moment I falls down, it becomes one with the horizontal line. There is no I at all. That is called a surrender. It is called surrender. There is no I-ness and minus. Is it difficult? Vertical line falling down. Hence, when you are happy, by standing you are happy, or lying down vertically, horizontally, which is happy? Sleep comes, hence it is said, meditation, you should not stand and meditate. You should not lie down and meditate because there is a sleep will come. By sitting you can meditate. In the sitting posture is such, mind and body and mind is free from all limitations. There is no anxiety and worry. Hence that is called true surrender. On the other hand, look at it. In deep sleep state, your body is vertical state or sitting state or lying state. No body at all. Hence, in meditation, that state of the mind should come. It is no way limited to the body. That is called a total surrender. Then it happens, it is called a happening. I used to tell that story, doing and happening. Happening means God's grace. Doing means by ego. Hence, meditation happens. Sleep happens or sleep, you go to sleep or sleep comes to you. Sleep comes. Similarly, meditation also should come. That is called real surrender. Which is better for a householder? Reading holy scriptures of Jagadguru, Adi Shankara, of great saints such as Swami Shivananda, Swami Vivekananda, or listening the same knowledge from the mouth of senior saints of different ashramas, Mahamandaleswar. In the answer, 1, doubts are not cleared. If it is 2, there is no sufficient time. This is my practical problem. And here, satsang means, they use the word satsang, means company with the truth. In the beginning, it is difficult to get, as said, Brahmanishta gurus, all these things. Hence, we can read the scriptures. Scriptural reading is necessary. In the beginning, study group is very, very essential. Hence, generally, in our ashram, and our Swamijis used to suggest, if you want to read Bhagavad Gita, keep different commentaries of Bhagavad Gita written by different great saints. And 4 or 5 people have different varieties of commentaries of Bhagavad Gita. If you read one verse of the Bhagavad Gita, sitting 4 or 5 persons read different commentaries written by different saints. And in the Bhagavad Gita contains nearly 700 verses. You keep a notebook having 700 pages. On that day, by discussion of study group, if you read first verse of the Bhagavad Gita, different commentaries, you discuss. On that day, what thoughts come to you, note it down on that number 1. Like that, if you do 700 days, completing the Bhagavad Gita, it takes nearly 2 years. Then, whatever thought comes to you on that day, if you note it down, that is the best commentary for you. Hence here, again they are telling Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, the 3 things are inseparable and unavoidable. It is most important thing. Listening to the Mandaleswars, when they give, it is not merely the study of the scriptures. All the saints and Swamijis, they are telling, not only the scriptural verses, they also explain their personal experience also. Hence, satsanga means, in the beginning, start with the study of the scriptures. It is also, satsang means hearing the Mandaleswars and great Swamijis also. And here it is not one day affair. Life is spiritual sadhana is not 1 week or 1 month or 3 months. It is a lifelong process. Hence one must continue, not in a day. It will be all practical problem by the grace of Gurudev. It will be solved. Daily reading the scriptures, attending all the satsangs, reflecting, then it will be solved. All these things are essential. If one says he is beyond or above the solar system, galaxy, universe, then what is the proof? Okay, look at it. Now, where are we sitting? We are on the earth or in this space. Because all the galaxies, sun, moon, stars, they are all moving in this space only. Planet Earth also moving in this space. when compared to other planets, planet Earth is very small. In that planet Earth, what is the size of real Earth? We call it a planet Earth. Is it really planet Earth or planet of water? 2/3 water, 1/3 Earth. Hence, normally we think sun is far away, moon is far away, and all these things. The moment you hear this word sun or moon, how you connect yourself with these two of bodies? It is through your mind. Mind is the cause for limitation and also for liberation. When you go to deep sleep state, do you have body? We are nobodies. Hence, in the waking state also, we are all in this space, all the planets moving are in this space. Hence, how we are connected, sun, moon, stars or galaxies, everything, it is due to our own consciousness. In the beginning, we call it a mind. Mind is everything. Our Gurudev gave a beautiful definition about the mind. Consciousness plus thoughts equal to mind. Mind minus thought equal to consciousness. What is that consciousness? How you feel it? It is subtler than this space. Space is indivisible. Hence, Yoga Vasishta clears this doubt. There are, even in this space, there are 3 types of spaces. One is elemental space. Second is mental space. Third is consciousness space. This is space, your body is there, my body is there. In between the two bodies, space is there. But in the body also there is a space is there. Then where is the body? We are really nobodies. Hence, it is we in the beginning, eyes can see only the bodies. The physical eyes can never see the space. But look at it, mind is still more subtler than the body. Mind can conceive the universal space. If I tell galaxies, in the galaxies, what is the size of the planet Earth? It is just like a small point. It means our mind can conceive the idea of the entire planet Earth, all the galaxies. It means mind has got that capacity, conceive the idea of universal space also. Hence, mind is essentially consciousness. Hence, that consciousness work through the Vyana or Prana. Hence, Prana is everything. Our consciousness still more subtler than the Prana. Hence, what is the truth means? That which exists at all periods of time is called truth or self. Hence, again, we will have to read the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita to convince it. Bhagavad Gita gives very beautiful examples. 3rd chapter, 38th verse. Beautifully, 3 examples are given. Like smoke comes from the fire, it covers the fire. Because without fire, there is no smoke. How to get rid of the smoke? Little effort, if you do, then smoke goes away. Hence, it is called sattvic obstacle. Then, second example is like a dust enveloping the mirror. To remove the dust, what you will have to do, you take a third thing called a duster to remove the dust from the mirror. After removing the dust in the mirror, what you will do? You throw the dust. Hence, it is called a rajasic obstacle. For that, like a duster, we take God's name. By repeating God's name, all other objective thoughts can be removed. Only God thought alone can exist, or consciousness alone exist. It is called a rajasic obstacle. Third is called a tamasic obstacle. When you are in mother's womb, that fetus is covered by amnion. At the time of birth only, we come out of the fetus, then baby comes out. Hence it's called so much tamasic obstacle. To get rid of the body consciousness, we'll have to do asanas and pranayamas. To get rid of the rajasic obstacles, we'll have to repeat God's name. And to get rid of the sattvic obstacles, inquire about the Upanishad way of thinking is very much essential. By doing this, the three types of obstacles can be transcended. Hence, truth is always there. That can be happen only through meditation. Meditation is the only way through which all our doubts can be cleared. It should be a direct experience, not by external means. Truth is that which exists at all periods of time. It is called a truth. It is called a consciousness, because look at it. For that you need not do anything. From head to foot it is one unit of consciousness. In the head so much hair is there, we won't feel we are many. We got two eyes will never see two things. We got two legs, they will never move two directions. Because one unit of consciousness alone is called Pindanda. That consciousness which is outside is called Brahmanda. It is called Ghatakasa and Vishwakasa, which is universal space. Similarly, consciousness, that which is we feel, it is called Jivatman. That which is universal is called Paramatman. Put it in a very simple way, all-pervading eternal light of consciousness is called Shiva. The moment we feel that prana, that light of consciousness in the bodies, we are called jivas. The moment any body won't feel it, shava. Shava, jiva and shiva, they are synonymous terms. Universal consciousness, absolute light of universal consciousness is Shiva. Any body, so long it feels, it is called jiva. The moment anybody won't feel it, it is called shava or corpse. Hence, nobody will keep the body in the house, they will throw it in the Ganga. Swamiji, in this context, spiritual kingdom, how far I have attained patrata, I am confused. If in this very birth shall I get salvation? Tadatmyata, a bar for a sadhak. How can we overcome this type of difficulties practically? Hence, we are all very fortunate to come in contact with our worshipful Swami Shivaji Maharaj. Those we are not in a position to see physically Swami Shivaji Maharaj, we are also very fortunate to see and feel and get contact with Swami Chidananda Maharaj and also Krishnaji Maharaj. Here, Sivananda Swami is such, the moment you enter Samadhi Mandir, you can feel that spiritual vibrations, provided if you close your eyes, then completely relax your body, automatically one can feel the presence of spiritual vibrations. Normally, we go to a place and then opens eyes and curiosity will be there. If you enter the Samadhi Mandir, if you close your eyes, mentally repeat any Ishta Mantra or God's name, we can feel the presence of divine or presence of Gurudev. Hence, Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. Our own self, our so-called selected any Swami, we call it a Guru, and also God. They are not three things, they are one and the same. According to one's own feeling, surrender, and it happens. Because everybody, in everyone, that consciousness alone is there. In the Bhagavad Gita, to remove the doubt, Lord Krishna emphatically declares, Mamaivamso jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha manashashtani indriyani prakrutistani karshati. In all jivas, movable beings, living beings. Mind and senses is nothing but manifestation of the divine. Don't think that mind and senses are something unconnected with the consciousness or prana. So long mind and senses functions, we are called jivas. Hence, body is there, in one way it is inert. Prana, mind and senses are dynamic, they are called rajasic. And mind is essentially consciousness, and mind is called antakarana. When the mind functions to the senses, it is called manas. In the same mind, when it discriminates, it is called buddhi or intellect. When the same mind and discriminate is called intellect. And then keeping the memory in different levels, conscious, subconscious, unconscious, superconscious levels, it is called chitta. Hence, it is one of the definition of Patanjali Yoga Sutras, yoga, chitta vritti nirodha, cessation of all modifications. When that modifications are transcended, the second aphorism tells, tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. Because we need not do anything. It happens only there's mind's sankalpa vikalpas, all the thought process goes away. That will happen only by repeating God's name. Our Gurudev Swami Shivanji Maharaj, how can you say you are no patrata? Because you are due to your own meritorious deeds, you came in contact, today you are sitting here. Never think that you are not fit. It is due to our own good actions, we are here, coming to the abode of worshipful Gurudev, and then we are hearing all the spiritual instruction by different mandalas and Swamijis, and it won't happen due to actions in one's life, it happens the result of our previous lives also. Hence, everybody is fit, no one can feel he is not unfit. And for a sadhaka, we will have to overcome this type of negative way of thinking should be transcended, because God's ways are always there. And our Shipul Gurudev again tells in one of his sayings, God's protecting hands are always around you. Through repetition of God's name, meditation on His glories, you can get liberation in this life itself. Because life is eternal. And don't think we are only in this body. Even though in this body we are not limited by the body, even though mind is there, this mind is universal consciousness. By repeating any name of God, automatically our body, mind, everything can be transcended. We can feel Guru's grace, and by His grace, everything will happen. Guru's grace is very important. For that, effort is necessary. That effort, because of the effort, we are here. And never feel negatively. By God's grace, everything will happen. Yes, this question also comes the appropriate time. If everything is play of God, and God is all merciful, then why there is so much poverty, distress, disease, and pain in samsara? Does God enjoy His play over human suffering and pain? And as the Narayan Upanishad states, that He is the causeless cause of everything. Why does He not give happiness, bliss, and moksha to all, when all are His children, and to Lord being, ever being omnipotent, one? Look at it, we are in the waking state. When you go to dreamless deep sleep state, do you have body and mind? Even the legs are amputated. When a person goes to deep sleep, when that person suffers. Hence, it's a very good clue is there. Mind is the cause of suffering, and mind is the cause for liberation. Hence, as you think, so you become. Our Chidananda Maharaj again tells, Kaisa mati hai, vaisa gati hai. Hence, we'll have to change the angle of vision, change the way of thinking, when you are doing due to your own meritorious good deeds, when you come in contact worshipful Swami Shivaji Maharaj, Chidanji Maharaj and Krishnaji Maharaj, and if you really have come in that contact, you are hearing the same teachings put in different ways by different Mandaleswars. Whether the doubt will exist, whether you are only physical body suffering always, or when you go to deep sleep state, at that time what is daily experience of us? So long there is a limitation, identification, then suffering will be there. Same mind, same body, when it's in deep sleep state, there is no limitation of the body, no limitation of the mind. Where it goes, that mind and body essentially in consciousness. Hence, nobody feel in our body, we are sitting so many bodies here. When you see other body, what you see? You see the skeletons. You see, when you hug other body, you feel one skeleton is embracing another skeleton. Muscles in one body embracing other muscles. Pranas in one body embracing other pranas. Fluids in the body embracing other bodies. All our relationship is only in the beginning through prana. That prana, can you see the prana? Hence, when you are not seeing the prana, what is that make you to relate to other being? It is nothing but consciousness. That consciousness alone we call it I. Look at it, so many bodies are sitting. I is singular or plural? It is always singular. When it is a singular I, and the moment you go to deep sleep state, what happens to that I? Where it goes? When you wake up from where it comes, it is always there as a consciousness subtler than the space. For that you will have to do anything. Hence, look at it. It is called a thread. You put in one direction, you feel bound. Wrong thinking. Hence, it's called satsanga, right thinking. You remove it. Hence, mind is the cause of bondage, mind is cause of liberation. As you think, so you become. Hence, this thought is given again and again by every Mandaleswars. Is it not? Hence, why to think again negatively? Hence, to have a positive thinking, where is the only way repetition of God's name. If you repeat, Om Namah Shivaya, that Panchakshara mantra is so beautiful, it contains everything. Shiva is not to be worshipped with any form. Shiva will worship only Shivalinga. That Shivalinga is a very good symbol. One stone dome shape, another stone has base. Hence it is said, Akasam Linga Samyutvat Prithvi Pita Musyate. It means, enter Akasa is just like a linga. Whichever planet to sit, that is the base. It means, you are always in Shiva. We are not feeling it, hence we call it Jivas. Hence, what you will have to do, transcend this body consciousness or mental limitations. What you will have to do, repetition of God's name, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Nama Shivaya represent 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air and space. Om is the 3 states of the mind, Akara, Ukara and Makar. Beyond the 5 elements, beyond the 3 states of the mind, what is there? It is only one consciousness, unlimited consciousness. For that, you will have to go somewhere. Hence, by repeating the Panchakshara mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, automatically, if you understand the meaning, you transcend body, senses, mind and intellect. Hence, it is said, Bhagavad Gita, this is the most important verse. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam raja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami bharataha. It means Lord Krishna beautifully emphasizes, gives assurance to all students of the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman parityajya. What are the dharmas normally we live? Sharirika dharma, Indriya dharma, Mano Dharma and Buddhi Dharma. Normally, human beings live in dharmas. Sarva Dharman Parityajya, transcend all these dharmas. That you do unconsciously in deep sleep state. It is called a meditation. Sitting any posture, by repeating any name of God, it is called Ananya Chintana. Hence, if you repeat Om Namah Shivaya or Om Namo Narayanaya, feel the meaning. Om Namo Narayana means I salute to the all-pervading consciousness. I salute to the all-pervading consciousness. Because that consciousness alone exists in the body, in all bodies. Because of that alone, we conceive the idea of sun, moon, enter galaxies. That connection, conscious alone connecting link. And if you repeat properly any Ashtachari mantra or Panchachari mantra, you can transcend Saririka Dharma, Indriya Dharma, Mano Dharma, Abuddhi Dharma, Sarva Dharma and Parityajya, Mamekam Saranam Vraja. It means, who surrenders to me, Lord Krishna tells, surrender means he also tells I exist like a space. Hence Krishna's color is blue, sky color also blue. Can you touch the color of the blue? You cannot touch it. Hence Krishna is Sarvavyapi, that to convince our intellect what you will have to do, wherever the mind goes, where it will go, that will be cleared by studying, reflecting 10th chapter Vibhuti Yoga. Then you got any doubt, go to 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darsana Yoga, everything is he and his. Then what happens? Devotion comes, which is called the 12th chapter. In the 12th chapter, there are 8 verses. It's called Amrutashtakam. If you daily read it, then that will be a goal of life. Then God, grace will be there. We can never feel that we are mortals, we are limited beings, there is no dualities. All our sufferings will go by grace of God, by grace of Krishna. This is my humble request. And Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mamekam Saranam Vraja, Ahantva Sarva Papa. Papa means limited limitations. That cannot be limited. We limit, that is called a sin. Hence, why to commit that sin? Never do that sin. You feel you are always one with your own Ishtadevata, Guru or your own Atman, and daily japa, swadhyaya and meditation alone can solve all the problems, so that the wrong notions, negative thinking will evaporate in our own lifetime. May the grace of the Almighty, worshipful Gurudev be ever upon us all. Read Bhagavad Gita and then reflect over the meaning of every verse. Then by the grace of the Almighty, worshipful Gurudev, we can attain the goal of life in this life itself. That is the assurance given by Lord Krishna and also our Gurudev. May the grace of the Almighty Lord, worshipful Gurudev be ever upon us all. Is my heartfelt prayer. That all questions.